All right, so this video is about the participle. We're going to talk about the participle and then we'll do a worksheet on the participle phrase. So a participle is a verb form. Now it's not a verb, so it's not going to actually be the main verb in the sentence. It's a verb form that can be used as an adjective. So what we're talking about is taking a verb and forming it in a new way so that we can use it as an adjective. Because sometimes it's important to describe people by actions, but not make that the main action that we're talking about in a sentence. And there are two ways to do this. First of all, put ing at the end of a verb. If you put ing at the end of the word, you can say things like crying baby, falling rock, running man, kissing lover. You can do this with any verb and put it in front of a noun and use it as a modifier. And then you can also put d or ed, like use the past tense of a verb, and use something as a participle. But there are also irregular ones like fallen. See how it says fallen leader? Sometimes they end in n. There are a couple irregular ones that you have to be on the lookout for. Anyway, what we're looking for are verbs that are not really used as verbs, but instead as adjectives. And I think they're always going to be touching, or at least very close to the nouns that they discover, like money raised, fallen leader, crying baby, smiling broadly John. So we have this adverb in between at most. Let's do some of these. So working as a child's photographer is a challenging job. So here's our ing, working, that's a participle. Number 2, on some charmed days. Here's our past participle with a D. Charmed days. Their faces light up when I show them a stuffed animal. So stuff is a verb, but we're using it not as the main verb. We're using it to describe animal, to tell us what kind of animal. So it's a stuffed animal. So that's good. Oh, I think we're supposed to say past or present. So let's go back and do that. So working is present. Charmed is past. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at the ing. The ing is present and the D is a past. And then stuffed is past too. Number 4. Their delighted parents happily order photos. Okay, so delighted, here's our past participle. I know it's a past participle because it ends in D. So past. Frustrating days. Frustrate is a verb, but frustrating is a present participle, so I'm going to say pres. Number 6, my annoyed assistant. Annoy is a verb, but if we put D at the end of it, we can use it as an adjective to describe what kind of assistant. So my annoyed assistant. And this is a past participle, P-A-S-T. 7, sometimes this bribery calms a crying child. So cry is a verb, but if we put ing at the end of it, we can use it as an adjective to describe child, and then it becomes a present participle. That's pretty easy. All right, number 8, sometimes the despairing parents. So here we have despairing, and this ends in ing, and despair is a verb. You can put ing at the end of it, though, and use it as an adjective, like we have here, and that's a present participle, again. Number 9, I remind them that another day will be the perfect time to photograph their fussing baby. Fussing. Fussing is a present participle. Yeah. Describes the baby. And number 10, in the end, this rewarding job. So rewarding, here's our present participle. Now, again, I know it's present because of the ing ending, whereas like the past ones, like annoyed, end in D. So that's all I'm looking at. I mean, it's not rocket science here. You're just looking at the end. Ing is present, and then D, or anything else is going to be past. Now, reward is a verb. We can put ing or D at the end to, or ed, I guess, to describe something like job. So this is a present participle. What do we have to do in B? Let's look here. Complete each of the following sentences by adding a modifying participle above the caret. Okay, so Sean ignored the fidget passengers. Okay, so we should probably say fidgeting. Man, I don't know if I can fit it in here. Let me try. Fidgeting. Okay, there we go. Number 12. He carefully checked the adjust traffic behind him. The adjusting? Yeah, okay, the adjusting. Maybe they're adjusting to something he just did. Use a present participle. Number 13. Let the fire truck pass came an advise word from one of the passengers. I guess advising word? With blank lights, flashing lights. Okay, that works. Flashing. Easy. No problems here. Finally, Sean merged slowly into the congest traffic. Well, the congesting traffic, that doesn't sound as good to me as congested traffic. So I'm going to use the past participle here and say congested. Okay. Go ahead and look at the next side of this, the participial phrase, and there's a video for that one too. Good luck.